Alright, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another trade recap, and today I made 1.5k on the funded. So let's get into the trade. So coming into the day, we have these two 4-hour gaps, and we tagged into this one, which honestly I wasn't expecting to see. We're about to go over that. Let me just mark these out. So with these 4-hour gaps, as you can see, but what I wanted to see coming into the day was, let's just right here. This price still hasn't tagged into that yet. So what I wanted to see was us come down overnight and take these lows and use this 1-hour gap as a turtle soup to then take these highs and trade back to all-time highs over here. But that was not the case, obviously, and I did take a long in here. It was on this candle. I got my setup, and I did get stopped out, obviously, as you can tell. But I was willing to take that trade because I was already up in Asia for like $400. So I was willing to take that trade and risk whatever I made in Asia because I'm not really worried about it because I knew I had New York session when I woke up. So took that, took a L. So I was back at zero for New York session. Wasn't worried about it because I had a very strong bias coming in the morning. So yeah, I wanted to see these get taken. They didn't. So it was quite obvious to me that we were going to come down. We wanted this 4-hour gap instead of this one. So I actually woke up today really late. So I wasn't even at my desk for market open. Woke up around like 11:30. But let's get into this. So when I woke up and came to the charts, I had already skipped past all the market manipulation and all that. So what I saw was a liquidity sweep right here. We came down the 15-minute and we swept liquidity. Right. So I saw this and I went back to the 4-hour. I'm like, hold on. We just tagged into a 4-hour gap, right? And we just got 4-hour SMT to the upside, right? Mark all this out for you guys. So we have 4-hour SMT now. We just tagged into a 4-hour gap. So I'm like, let me drop down to the 15-minute again. What do I see on the 15-minute? Well, the very first thing I see, a 15-minute change in state of delivery, right? 15-minute CISD right there. Let me go back to here. Alright, so I see a 15-minute change in state of delivery, and I see a 15-minute inverted fair value gap right here. Alright, work this out. IFVG. So, what is this? Everyone in the Discord knows exactly what this is. This is the forever model. This is the model that I trade. This is the model that has made me all the money I've made. This is the model I will continue to trade forever, hence to the forever model, right? So, I'm seeing that we just got every single thing we needed to see on the higher time frame for us to go higher, right? We have a tag into a 4-hour gap, we have 4-hour SMT, and then we came down to the correlated time frame, which is a 15-minute. If you guys didn't know, the 4-hour time frame, its correlated lower time frame is a 15-minute. So we dropped down to the 15-minute after getting our SMT and a tag into the 4-hour. What do we get? We see a 15-minute change in state, and we see a 15-minute inverted fair value gap. So I'm like, okay, I know that the longs are ready to go now. Now I just have to wait for a 15-minute gap to open up and take that long, right? So I have highs marked out because I'm ready to go long. So I'm marking out my highs. All right, and this is all I'm targeting because I know that I'm going to put a lot of risk on this trade. And why am I putting a lot of risk on this trade? Because I've seen my model on the higher time frame just show itself. So when I see the forever model on the higher time frame, I just showed you, the 4 hour to the 15 minute, or like the daily time frame, like the higher time frames, your model when your model shows itself in the higher time frames, that is a very, very good indication that you are right for the day, and you need to continue with your bias, and you need to stay strong in your bias, and you need to take that first long that shows itself, right? And that's exactly what I did. So after seeing the inverted fair value gap, I want to see this candle turn into a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. So what am I doing? I'm waiting. Next candle comes, we get a 15-minute bullish fair value gap, right? So everything that I want to see is now playing out, and I'm like, I'm going to get a very, very good trade out of this. And I knew I was. And I knew that I was going to put a lot of risk on to get a quick 1,500 so I could be done with the account, right? So now that we have this 15-minute open, what do I want to see? I want to see price come tag into it and show my model on the 1 minute now. So let's buy price forward. Go run ES. Make sure we're looking at ES as well. All right. So we're gonna keep playing price. What do? We start to consolidate, right? So I'm like, well, if I'm right, price is gonna come sweep lows and then continue higher, right? So what do? I mark these accumulated lows out, and same for ES. Mark these lows out, right? And now we wait and see what we get. So we start to displace higher, but I know that we have not taken these lows out. So I know that we still have to come back down and take these lows out, and everyone that's going long in here is getting faked out. So I'm continuing to wait. And what happens? Price comes down, not on NQ, but on ES, takes out all of these lows, right? So now, if I'm right, this will become SMT, and this SMT will hold and take me to those highs, right? So let me mark this out. SMT right there. All right, so now I've seen that NQ didn't come take these lows, but that's fine because ES did, and we now have SMT. So again, now I'm seeing my time frame on the lower model. We tag into a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. We sweep liquidity. We get an SMT. Now I want to see an inverted fair value gap and a change in state of delivery, right? Well, what do we get here? We get the inverted fair value gap, and ES gives us that change in state, right? So now at this time, I am just scrolling through time frames, making sure everything's validating itself, right? And when I get to the 2-minute time frame, I see this. I see a balanced price range, and I haven't taught any of you guys what a balanced price range is yet, and I can do a video on that if you guys want me to. But basically what it is we have this inverted fair value gap, right? So with this IFVG, this 2-minute bearish fair value gap that got inverted, right? And when we inverted it, what did we also do? Well, we made a 2-minute bullish fair value gap, right? So an inverted fair value gap followed with a fair value gap inside of that inverse fair value gap. That is a balanced price range. When we see balanced price range that are aligned with the time frame, aligned with our bias, a lot of the times that is going to be a very profitable signal, right? That is going to make you a lot of money a lot of the times. So now, what have I seen so far? Well, 15-minute time frame, we got our 15-minute change of state right here, and our 15-minute inverted fair value gap right here, right? And after that, we made a 15-minute bullish fair value gap. We tag into that, we got our SMT, we got our liquidity sweep, And now we have inverted fair value gap, and we have our change of state on the 1 minute. So now we're on the 2 minute. We now have a balanced price range, which is again inverted fair value gap with a fair value gap inside of it, right? Now that I see this, I then entered, obviously with TradingView, I'm not gonna be able to get the exact entry, but I entered right at, let me turn the magnet off, 8125, right there. Fuck, that's the wrong one. I don't know why my shit gets mixed up. 8125. So this was my entry right here. So initially, now let me go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff so you guys can see. So me seeing that we have this balanced price range right here, I know that this should hold if we're going to continue long. So what I did initially is I just put my stop loss right here at this low, because like I said, we should hold this balanced price range, and take profit was 30 points, so around, I know it was higher than this, I want to say like around here for 1500. So we got the balanced price range and I entered right here. So I waited for this 2 minute to close and give us this continuation order block, right? So once I got this continuation order block, I then moved my stop loss right here to this low, because, is that right? Yeah, right there. Because I now know that this low should be protected and we shouldn't trade back to it before taking this high. So after that, I just sat on my hands and let price play, because I was super confident in this trade, right? And we can play price. And it literally took me 4 minutes. I was in this trade around 4 minutes and I was out for 1500 on the day. And that was a late, like I woke up late. That was me being late to work. But yeah, so today was like an A++ trade. Like we had so many confluences telling us to buy. So I was super confident in the trade. It was a very beautiful and very good structure in the trade as well. A lot of confluences telling me what's going on and painting me a picture, right? So I was very confident in the trade. It was a very beautiful trade today. I hope this trade recap helped you guys out. I hope any questions you guys have, feel free to ask in the comments and Discord. The Discord link is in the bio or in the description, and it is free. I accept everyone. A lot of my students in there are eating. A couple of them have already passed their accounts. Mind you, the Discord's only been open for like 2 weeks, and all of my students are completely new to trading almost. So I got a couple of students that have already passed combines. They're learning a decent amount, a really good amount in there. So, and it's completely free for them. So if y'all want to join, it's in the description. Any questions you guys have, feel free to ask them in the Discord or in the comment section. And I hope this video helped you, and I'll see y'all next time.